In this episode of Repressed Humor Issues.
But welcome back to Season 4 of Repressed Humor Issues.
Our listener is going to be really happy, though.
It exploded
Yes.
all over me.
Yeah, he puts the chipper in wood chipper.
And now, on to the show.
Welcome back. After a long, abridged vacation?
A long abridged vacation?
Abridged? A bridge too far.
Abridged too far. Wow, that was pulling that taffy about as thin as you possibly could.
But welcome back to Season 4 of Repressed Humor Issues.
Yeah, we're sorry.
No one wanted this.
No, our listener is going to be really happy, though.
But for those of you that have not been introduced to us, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dan.
And we are glad you're here, but we are sorry.
Oh, some of us more sorry than others.
In life, in behavior, in mentality.
Right. So if this is your first time listening to the show, realize that we've done various things before in this, but really we have no plan.
Nope.
We have no script.
Nope.
We don't edit this shit. We're just going us where we're taking you where the conversation takes us.
Yeah. And if we need a mid-show chapstick application break, we'll take it. And we'll take you on that journey with us.
I'm more worried about needing a mid-episode knee wetting.
No,
yes,
we said no. We said no. We said no.
Yeah, well,
no one knows that, but we don't know that.
At the time that we taped this, we still have not put the trailer together for you to understand why we're not going to talk about knee wetting anymore.
So
what are we going to talk about?
Well, I have an artifact.
An artifact.
That's
a complex word you just used there.
I know.
I want to see if you use it in the right terms.
It comes from history that you and I share. And I want to see if you recognize this.
So for those of you that don't listen online, don't view online, just listen.
Yeah.
Ryan is about to hold up a Carmex container. I'm guessing that's what it is.
No, but it is this little tin.
Yes.
You remember this?
That's from the Boston airport.
I just found it.
Yes. That's what leaked all over you mid-conference call.
It exploded all over me.
Yes. While I was sitting across from you in the airport, watching you go into a form of mental distress, I have not seen anybody go through in a long time.
While also trying to maintain composure on a call.
Yes.
And nothing was going my way.
And I'm the only person that was on that call besides you that got to partake in what exactly happened, because we were just on audio. We weren't on video.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So unless you listened, I believe that's all the way back in season 1, you have no idea what we're talking about. Ryan and I, every once in a while, through the work that we do, have to be in the same location at the same time. It's happened way more times than is legally possible in most states and a couple of countries.
Except for Tennessee.
Well, we don't talk about Tennessee.
That's right.
Yes. So, but anyways, so welcome to the show. We're just going to riff this for about the next 56 minutes.
So I do have something to start. That was an interesting thing that happened to me yesterday.
Does it have to do anything with the fact that you guys won't be able to see it unless you're watching quick things on TikTok, that your name right now is Tentacular Titmouse Tiara? Tyra.
I think I misspelled tiara.
Yeah.
I was debating, and so I'm just Tira.
Yeah, I was going to be Trump tickle tantrums, but
But no, it has nothing to do with that, actually. So we're all have to be aware at this point that Spotify and Apple Music both do their year-end wrapped list of encompassing what you listen to the most, your trends, things to that effect. So I was going through mine yesterday since it came out, and I didn't post anything on Instagram or whatever, just wasn't feeling it. But
that's a first.
Shut it. In this, there's always a section on podcasts that I listen to the most, and how many minutes you listen to, or whatever the factoid they give you. So in this instance, Repressed Humor Issues was my number one listened to podcast, because I do listen back to us just to hear how things sound, how it could be perceived, what I can learn and glean from it. I actually do work a little bit sometimes when... No, I got nothing creative there.
No, you got to be careful, because you just said you work sometimes. There are people from the company that you work for that every once in a while listen to this.
Yeah.
Do you really want to end it on "I work sometimes"?
But they pay me all the time. So, but what was interesting was not the minutes listened. It was, and this is where I think you're going to take interest, it was the percentage in the world that I am a fan.
Okay.
So, or an active listener.
Yeah.
So, I'll give you an example. Like Lady Gaga was my number one listened to artist.
Not a surprise.
No surprise there. But I was the 0.3%. I was in the 0.3% category of listeners in the world. I had a friend that was 0.03, and I was like, Jesus Christ. But you have to be near the top. Anyway, what percentage of listeners in the world do you think I was for this show?
Oh, easily 0.00003%.
You would be so wrong.
Really?
Terribly wrong.
Okay.
I was 10%.
So there is at least one person that listened more than you did.
At least.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm just going off the basis that we probably have 10 listeners, and you were number two on that list, not number one. Yes.
Yeah. But it was so, I was so pissed off that I couldn't claim the top spot to our podcast.
I don't even listen to our podcast on those. The only time I listen to our podcast is while I'm editing it, or I listen to the uncut version that I have on my computer. I have during the if you've listened to prior seasons, I throw a little bit at the beginning of the episode. I throw a little bit at the end. I listen to it so many times in trying to find those little nuggets to throw at the beginning and the end that I don't bother listening to it on Spotify ever. So even though I am the person that puts the episodes up on Spotify, I bet you I'm like the 9th person out of that 10, not even close to you.
But now it's like, so what I'm curious about, being that you have access to all this, if there's any Spotify wrapped analytics that we could look at, just out of sheer curiosity.
Well, we're not going to do it in real time.
No. Yeah, but it was just an interesting moment that did upset me yesterday. And I was talking to my husband. I was like, the fuck is this? I can't even be the top listener for my podcast. And he was like, yeah, it's me. And I was like, you haven't tuned into this shit once.
But I bet you my wife would have something to say about that.
Oh, maybe.
She listens to every episode.
You should have her run her Spotify Wrapped and see what pops up.
Taylor Swift, followed by Taylor Swift, followed by Taylor Swift.
The specific podcast section. There is a podcast section.
No,
Taylor Swift can't be on the podcast too.
She does the podcast with Jason and Travis Kelce.
Oh, does she really?
She's on it on a regular basis, and every single time it happens, my wife is listening to it. So
I didn't know that at all. Is she a good radio personality? I mean, I'm a terrible one, so
I've never listened, so I have no clue. Here's the other thing.
And you
I
call yourself a supportive husband.
I
Jesus.
I don't listen to podcasts. I just don't. It's bad enough that I have to listen. Like my worst hated song right now is Opalite.
Oh, I love
Okay,
that song.
followed by Life of Ophelia. Okay,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They
I
remixed that recently.
I cannot get. What do you mean they remixed or released? That was on Life of a Showgirl, the new Taylor
I
Swift album.
know. They just put out a remix of it.
Already? It's only been out for like 2 months.
I realize this.
Oh God. But anyways, I'm stuck listening to that enough because every time we drive in the car, my wife has us on in the car, so I'm stuck listening to it
It's
then.
not even that great of an album.
Oh, I think so. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan to begin with, but I honestly think Dead Poet Society or Dead Poet, whatever it is,
Yeah.
was a much better
And
album than Life of a Showgirl.
I think that was weak compared to Folklore.
I see. I don't know, but I only know what is it, Dead Poet, whatever.
Yeah, I
This
know
is
which one you're
this
talking
this
about.
is how little of a fan I am of this
Uh,
stuff. I listen to it because I get it through osmosis. Because my wife sits there watching Facebook Reels and Instagram, and it's always a background to something because that's how people do their clickbait thing
mm,
on Instagram now. Is they back it up with a Taylor Swift song. Where if I show like 10 seconds of an office thing on this, we can't show up on YouTube podcast whatsoever because they knock us down for
copyright.
copyright,
Yeah.
even though we're using like 10 seconds of a useless part of the show. So, but
Uh, hmm.
the other thing is I don't listen to podcasts. I find that um, me trying to listen to podcasts doesn't work. I watch documentaries all the time, but documentaries tend to be just polished in a different way
So
than
is it that you
podcasts are.
need the visual stimuli to make it engaging?
No, I can't get an interest in it. I like doing them. I don't like listening to them. Now,
Try try anal beads next time.
you mean try shoving them up my ass, or is that the name
And
of the
then pulling them
podcast?
out while you're like continually like just like a xylophone. Imagine you're just like doing a xylophone in your asshole while
Have
you're listening to the podcast and see if you like it better.
have you been doing that while we've been taping podcasts?
Well, I have a machine back here, and it's
It's
very quiet. It slowly inserts it. So every now and again, I kind of like do that because that's the bigger ball going in, and then other times you just see me collapse a little bit because it's just like, ooh.
Okay, I need to turn off your video now because every single time you pull your shoulders up from this point forward, I'm gonna be worrying I know what happened. Oh God, I can imagine the next conference call that we're on. That you just go to sit up in your chair a little bit and
You just start laughing.
nobody else is gonna get it. Because so you were on the call that we were both on this morning
Yeah.
where I screwed up what would have been the most epic burn ever for somebody on a conference call.
Oh, I know. You had open door.
So somebody said something to the effect of he was chipper today, and I said he was chipper as in like wood chipper. And what I should have said was, yeah, he puts the chipper in wood chipper.
Yeah.
And then it would have been perfect. It would have been just mwah, done. And I
But
screwed it up. I
yeah.
used it later against the
But,
same person because different people were in the call and
ah.
I got the reaction that I wanted out of it, but it felt kind of dirty, fixing my mistake from earlier in the day.
I mean, it's if you can get away with it, I think always do it. But like if you had a similar audience, that'd be hard.
Yeah, if it was the exact same people in the room, I'm not doing that. That just doesn't work. I mean, that's a you move.
No,
Yes.
no, no. I just get myself added to meetings that I have no reason being on.
Yeah, well, that's 90% of the meetings I'm on a regular basis, so.
Then you know all too well. So I will say, like, we did have some adventures.
Yes.
I, I mean, not ideal, I think, on any level, because
So where do you want to start with that? Because I know where I want to go with that, but I want to give you the
I
opportunity
was
to
going to say
start.
we can start with Boston.
Okay, go with Boston.
Yeah. So, I mean, now you had, if memory serves me, you had trouble getting in to Boston, right?
I had delays getting in. This is mid shutdown,
Yeah.
government shutdown, just in case you have forgotten about that travesty. And my plane was delayed, and yeah, I had problems getting there. I believe it was on my way there. Yeah, it was that I got onto an airplane. Um, they
Yeah.
were just about to let us take off, and then we saw people walking outside the airplane in ways they don't normally walk. Then the captain comes on and says, "Yeah, so one of the ground crew identified that there was damage to the wing, and the seal around the wing is no longer intact, and we cannot fly with this plane in this condition." Now, the funny part is, I've never gotten onto a plane and then gotten off of that plane because of any issue whatsoever without it taking off and flying somewhere. So never got
Hmm.
out of the plane in the same airport I got in on. I had it happen twice in 3 weeks because I was in Cincinnati a couple of weeks before that, and the damage this time was around the door seal, and they couldn't get the door to seal correctly, so they kicked us off that plane too.
I
So
didn't know that.
in 3 weeks, I had it happen to me twice that I was taken off of a plane. Now they put us onto a different plane when we were headed to Boston. In Cincinnati, I had to find another flight. I ended up flying from Cincinnati to Atlanta to come back to Minneapolis.
Oh, I do remember that. That's right.
Right. I flew an hour away from Minneapolis to then get the opportunity to fly back to Minneapolis.
Yeah, because you needed a hub.
And my alternative to that was to wait till 5 a.m. on the Saturday morning to be able to leave that airport.
That's right. And Cincinnati is not ideal.
No, no, because realize the Cincinnati airport is not really in Cincinnati.
No, no, but I think you could have met up with Lighthouse.
I could have, but the Cincinnati airport, just so you're aware, is in Kentucky. Okay, I'm talking to the people on that don't travel often, but the confused look on your face is
Is it
making me.
in Louisville?
No, it's just in the northern part of Kentucky, but it's
Oh,
not in Ohio. It's not in Cincinnati. It's
I didn't
like
know that.
it's like a it's like a 10-minute drive to get to the border, and then you're basically in Cincinnati at that point,
Okay.
which has the worst chili on the planet.
Skyline?
Anybody who thinks that Skyline Chili is worth eating deserves the beating that they get.
But wait, didn't Dave Portnoy just do a review of Skyline Chili?
Yes.
And didn't he
And
love it?
yeah, I don't get it. Having to put the cheese and the other stuff on, it's not already mixed in, and it's watery bean soup, and I don't know.
Well,
I don't
okay.
get what people like about it.
I'll be honest, and we can go back to travel in a second. Ohio doesn't strike me as this bastion of food, period. Like, it just reeks bland to me.
Try coming to Minnesota.
At least you have, like, decent lake fish.
Yeah, but I mean, the only other when you think about food in Minnesota, you either think about fish fry, which is wider than
Mm,
just Minnesota. That's
yeah,
more of a
that's south,
Wisconsin thing.
too.
Yeah. Um, or you think of hot dish, which is just basically shoveling crap into a casserole dish and calling it something, because there is
Well,
no one hot
it's
dish.
like the garbage plates in Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
Similar concept. It
Yep.
just shouldn't exist. It
Yeah.
looks disgusting.
So at least they have bad chili to fall back on in Cincinnati. Minnesota's got garbage in a casserole dish.
Except the restaurant that is in outside of downtown, just outside of downtown, called Bar La Grassa. Their gnocchi is one of the best gnocchis I've ever had, still to this day, even better than some that I tried in Italy.
Hmm. Okay.
I
I've been to that restaurant, but I've never had the gnocchi there. And it's not gnocchi, it's gnocchi.
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 I thought it was gnocchi.
The Italians say gnocchi.
Now we have to go and talk to our favorite search engine. And see what
Gnocchi.
how
Gnocchi.
do you
How do you say? How can I do this?
It is gnocchi. I always thought it was gnocchi. Okay, so I was wrong. See, I can admit when I'm wrong every once in a while. What are you doing with your phone? Get back to the show here.
Gnocchi.
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 Yeah, I thought it was gnocchi.
Gnocchi.
Anyway.
Oh, wait. Did I do Italian?
Gnocchi.
Oh, it's gnocchi.
Yeah.
Gnocchi.
That's the Italian version.
Yes, but the Italians also lost a war to what is now Ethiopia, so I don't know how much we trust the Italians to be able to say things correctly.
Their food is pretty fucking good, though.
Oh, I love me a good pasta.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like cacio e pepe, bring it on all day long. Oh my God.
So that's the thing. There is no really good Italian food in Minnesota. Okay, there's a couple of small exceptions to it.
Bar La Grassa.
Yeah, but the one place that I actually don't mind it, and it's more chainish than you would think it would be, is Chianti Grill. They actually do a good job with their pastas.
What about the old spaghetti factory? Never been there, but
the old spaghetti factory.
Yeah, it's just outside of downtown near the stadium. I've walked by it many times.
I have lived here for 15 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard of the old spaghetti factory.
Where else did I see it? I think it was in Whistler, BC.
Really? Because we've got multiple pancake houses of different formats, but I've never heard of a spaghetti factory.
It's old spaghetti factory.
Yeah, watch. He's going to go look it up now, and it's going to be like the chocolate factory or something like that.
No, I'm right. The old spaghetti factory.
Anyways, we should get back to talking travel because
it's permanently closed. It was off Park Avenue.
Darn, that sucks. That's like one of my favorite places in Chicago was Pierogi Heaven, and like half of their stores went bankrupt during COVID. So you can't get Pierogi Heaven without going to the outskirts of the loop now.
Next time we're in Chicago, we need to go to Ukrainian Village and just go get some fucking pierogies. I would tear that shit up. Oh my God. I am down for that adventure.
Yep. Okay. Back to travel.
Yeah, sorry.
So that was my trip to Boston, which, Boston itself wasn't that bad.
Nah, but it was a little cold, if I remember.
Well, Amsterdam was much colder than Boston.
Oh my God, yeah, that I agree. Because Amsterdam has that beautiful thing where it could be like 30 degrees, which is not bad. Like you should be able to handle 30 degrees. But then there's that humidity and the lingering low clouds in the sky coming off the sea. And you have a little bit of the sea air mixed with, inland air. And it just chills you to the bone.
Oh, well, so on my flight in, we did this long, drawn-out arc to get back to the airport. So we flew over the beach and then turned around and came back. And all I could see was the condensation freezing on the wing. Ooh. And all I'm thinking is, isn't this the reason they de-ice the plane before it takes off is because it can't fly as well with that ice on the wing?
Were you KLM?
No, I was Delta.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, but I mean, I was sitting over the wing, and I'm one of these people that when I see something like that, I can't look away. That is the bus full of nuns and orphans and puppies getting run over by the semi to me.
What? So, okay. Here's my beef with Amsterdam, the flight specifically. And this is I am fully aware this is going to make me sound pretentious and ridiculous.
And petty.
all of that. So I'm very fortunate in that I have status on Delta. And I'm very accustomed to getting upgraded, at least to comfort, which is not premium economy or lay flat, but at least comfort. Amsterdam for me is like a 7-hour flight. And I did not get upgraded. I got stuck, thankfully, in an aisle, so that's fine, but in regular economy, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yes, there is. There's everything wrong with regular economy.
But that extra 3 inches of legroom does matter.
Absolutely.
It's incredible
not
how
only
cramped
that,
you feel mentally.
Did you fly on a Delta plane?
Yeah, I did.
The ability to raise the headrest and curl it around your head to hold your head.
Yes.
So I flew direct, and mine was a 9-hour flight. And if I didn't have that, because I got upgraded, because as we've talked about, not on this show, the last 3 months I've basically gotten myself to within 500 MQDs of platinum.
I have no idea how you did that, but kudos.
It's just constant travel. I traveled like 7 out of 9 weeks or something like that. So yeah, but except for the ice on the wing on the way into Amsterdam, I had no problems with my flight. Everything bad that happened after that.
Okay, hold on. If you're going to go down the hotel path, if you're going to go down the Uber Eats path, it
wasn't Uber Eats. That's the thing. Uber Eats had no drivers. So I go back to the hotel that I'm staying at, which is about 2 miles away from where the
civilization
event. It's Zeeburg. It's a known part of Amsterdam. It's more in the middle of Amsterdam than where you were. You just were
that is not true. I was in the dead center.
Yeah, you were in the dead center of the old city. But if you look at the Amsterdam overall,
Central Station was.
Yeah, they call it Central Station because 50 years ago it was in the center. It's no longer in the center of Amsterdam.
It's the center. And for anyone else wondering, yeah.
Regardless, okay, it was about 2 miles difference. Okay, I go back to my hotel after one of the events, and I tried to order McDonald's because there was no point at 8:30 at night when it's right at freezing and it's still raining. I think it was after the boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, which the boat ride was completely irrelevant. I mean, nobody was sitting there looking at the scenery outside the boat. All they were doing was drinking the free
pitch black
booze.
night.
Yeah, but I go back and I just try to order McDonald's because I just needed something to eat because all they had was finger foods before that.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a seated dinner, and we had finger food.
And half of the stuff looked like it was made with real fingers. So I was not eating a lot.
That's why I enjoyed it so much.
Yes. You like a good finger in you, don't you?
Yeah, I like to sit and spin.
That's when you're supposed to go, whoop.
Oh, yeah. That
Anyways,
one, I forgot it was happening.
So it's like 30 degrees outside, Fahrenheit for you people overseas that don't believe that the Americans control how you're supposed to measure temperature. And I ordered McDonald's, and I couldn't go through Uber Eats because Uber Eats said they had nobody in the area that was a driver that was willing to drive it. So McDonald's in the Netherlands has a service that will bring food to your hotel or your house or whatever. But it turns out no matter how far away you are from the McDonald's, it's still delivered by bike messenger. And the bike messenger literally carries the bag in his hand as he's bringing it to wherever he's bringing it. No thermal insulation to keep the heat in, none of that. So I got McDonald's that was at, probably by the time I got to it, about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. The fries were starting to have a little bit of,
like frost on them.
Yes.
Did you have a microwave in the room?
No, that was the problem. There's no microwave in the room, and they close off the entire kitchen and dining area, so you can't go and use the microwaves they have there because there's no way to access them. It was completely blocked off. So I ate about half of a frozen Big Mac and about 14 fries after watching people try to eat those stupid fingers with paste on them. It was not a good day for me in Amsterdam. But that's not the worst part of Amsterdam.
Wait,
The worst
what
parts of
was?
Amsterdam, if you remember, the Monday that I flew in, so I flew out Sunday, got there Monday, and I
Oh,
walked
are
to meet
you
you.
going to talk about the red light district?
Yes, because number one, I did not think I had to go through the red light district to get to the hotel that you were staying by. Okay,
The event was there and everything. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Which turns out that the hotel that you were at, where the event was, is like a block away from the red light district. There was no way I could get there without going through the red light
Spot
district.
on. I mean, you'd have to walk so far around to avoid
Yeah.
it.
So if you go online and look up the red light district, what you're going to see is a bunch of pictures of skinny women, scantily clad if wearing anything, sitting in these windows, gyrating, that sort of stuff to attract customers. What I saw was not that. What I saw was a fair number of people that they would have had to have paid me to want to look in those windows, let alone go
But
inside.
like, no disrespect to the ladies of the night, but you had the ladies of the day.
Oh yeah, it was the Monday morning crew. I realized that, but
Yeah.
realize that this is the other thing, and you were not aware of this until we actually got there. My mother is Dutch. Okay, so I'm half Dutch technically. This is my homeland. This is my first introduction to the people because I got off the plane, went to the hotel,
Oh,
put
this
my
was your
stuff in the
first
hotel.
time. That's right. You'd never
Yeah,
been.
I'd never been to Amsterdam. Not only that, I like got out of the plane, got into an Uber, went to the hotel, dropped my stuff off in the hotel, and went to go meet you. So my first real interaction with people in Amsterdam was in that red light district, accidentally looking in a couple of windows and then searching on Amazon for eye bleach.
So I learned something over there because I was curious, like on one of my many nights that I stayed over because I had an extended stay with all the on sites and shit that I had, which thank you again for coming to the one you did. Very helpful. Uh, there is a blue light district
Yes,
as well.
yes. Explain what the blue light district is.
Well, so it's a little convoluted because I think if you just read it on first sample, you're going to think, it's the gay district.
No.
No, no, it's like the lady boy district.
Yeah.
It's the best way to say it.
It's the fetish district.
It's the fetish district. That's fair because I
Yes.
think you can find every variety of whatever. But what you don't know is I went there.
I don't want to hear the rest of this. You go ahead and tell. I'm just going to I'm just going to turn off my speakers right now because
I
this is
didn't.
going to end up disastrous.
So here's what's crazy is you know where my hotel was.
Yes.
The blue light district is like maybe a 7-minute walk from there, the other direction from the red light district. And it's surrounded by bougie shops like Louis Vuitton, Hermes, Gucci, whatever,
I
all
walked
around
through
it.
that area.
So if you would have walked one more block over, you would have been on that street. And
Yeah.
it's bizarre because it's filled with a shitload of gay bars, decent restaurants, and then all of a sudden some weird windows. And you're like, the fuck is happening here?
I learned not to look in windows in Amsterdam. That's really what I take away from it. Is I learned it doesn't matter what you think is going on behind that window. You do not want to see what's behind that pane of glass. That's all I've learned.
Well, so part of me was like wondering, like, what if you took a different approach to the red light district? And like
A different approach. Okay.
yeah,
Explain the different approach
Yep.
besides utter revulsion.
I'm going to get there, right? So we know what it's for. You can oogle ogle, buy services of your choosing, or do nothing. What if you had a day of collecting autographs and having them signing like self-portraits? And it's like you can make trading cards for the red light district and then sell them to help promote the ladies of the night.
Okay. My experience in that area was the Monday morning shift. So if I'm having those women go and sign cards of themselves to try to set up, like, they'd be better as Magic the Gathering cards than they would trading cards.
I thought you were going to go with like Garbage Pail Kids or something like that.
No. The Garbage Pail Kids have more attraction to me than what I saw.
But
I mean, there was just a woman that I'll go this far. Okay, there was a woman that was in fishnet head to toe. Okay.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
See through.
Yeah.
And when I was passing by and I kind of looked to my side, saw something that I couldn't make out, and then stopped and looked, which was my mistake entirely. She then stood up, turned around, and did the twerking thing in the window with a fishnet. Oh, basically, might as well have had nothing on. And this woman was probably in her late 40s, early 50s.
There were some that had to be, I would say, in their 60s.
Yeah, and she to say that she was not attractive would be insulting to not attractive people.
Ooh.
Yes.
Well,
like, do you know the difference between a camel toe and a moose knuckle?
No, I don't.
A moose knuckle is about 3 times the size of a camel.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Got it.
Now imagine this was a moose knuckle that had been infected several times.
Oh, Jesus. It was yeasty.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It was just not something you wanted to see. Like, I don't want to imagine the remnants that were on the chair that she was originally sitting on, like the puddle that was in that chair.
So to change topics off of puddle, it did have a shockingly random, pretty good steak dinner that was very impromptu.
Not only that, the owner of the steakhouse, I believe he was the owner, gave us the best business card.
I have that.
I have it upstairs. He gave us a business card that was made out of plastic.
Yeah.
It wasn't paper.
It was a very nice business card. Like, it felt heavy.
It was gold embossed. It was really well done.
He just wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Well, see, that's why I should have been a little bit more couth about it, but my Uber was sitting outside to take me back to the hotel. I was just like,
I was so goddamn jealous.
I just bolted.
And I'm with the 2 Swedes that are too friendly to say goodbye.
Yes.
And you're just like, see ya, deuces.
Yep, I'm out.
But that was a good steak dinner, though. I was surprised. And the price was actually all right.
Yeah. That of all the badness that happened in Amsterdam, the boat ride to nowhere, the cold walk in the rain, the red light district, the frozen food, the steak dinner was by far the highlight of that. I mean, that was better than anything that we saw at the actual event that we were at. That food was horrendous.
But that was another time for another day, not for this conversation. But I will say we did go back to that Irish bar that you were initially at with us,
right?
And that had no food at all. They had chips, by the way. You could have gotten a bag of chips. Found that out
that
later.
Would have helped us at that point.
Oh, totally. That's everything we needed.
That was the night after we were done the event with the crappy food that we then went on the boat ride that had the fingers
with
food.
Crappier food.
Fingers food.
Yeah.
That we had to go somewhere to eat. So we find this Irish pub and they have no food.
Yeah, we thought they'd have like pub fare or something.
French fries, it's Irish. They had to have something potato-like.
Yeah, but they did have the bag of chips, so I guess technically they checked the box.
Were they really chips, though, or were they just styrofoam in some sort of cellophane wrap?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you missed a little bit of entertainment because, and I don't follow soccer or football to be couth with it, but I guess it was Denmark against Scotland.
Yes.
And I walked back in with the two guys that we were with, and there is a table of 8 very, very Scottish gentlemen that have taken over, I think, every available beer glass possible and had it on their table, and were just obliterated. But because Scotland won, they beat Denmark. And our Danish colleague was very, very upset and sulking in his beer, while these 8 Scottish guys are just like, I've never seen people put down beer that quick, like full Guinnesses, and they're just like, another one. I mean, it was a sight to be seen, and I just kind of stood there, and I didn't drink. I just stood there and like was with the team that was still there, and I'm just like, this is too much. I am way too sober for this.
Were they singing?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
But God knows what they were singing.
Oh, nobody can understand Scottish people that especially when they get drunk. It's like they all have marbles inside their mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
And they speak to you like you understand.
Oh yeah, and our
But
English
you
colleagues could actually understand them, or were able to converse enough with them. And I'm like, you guys deciphering anything that they're fucking saying? Like, it literally sounded like, you're spot on. It sounded like they were talking with a mouthful of marbles and beer and some chips.
some styrofoam, and probably ate some of the cellophane too.
They ate the bag too.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
but,
it was interesting.
Yeah. So realize I traveled 4 out of 5 weeks. I went to New Jersey, which it wasn't the part of New Jersey you think of New Jersey. It's on the west side. So again, it's a food desert there. Okay, there's some okay Italian places, but nothing great. Then I went to Cincinnati, which has Skyline Chili, which is not good. And then I went to Boston, which
Boston's got good food.
Boston's got decent seafood. If you're
Yeah.
outside of seafood, there's nothing really appealing about Boston.
I like their Italian's good though.
I've never had Italian in Boston.
No, we got to take you to the North End. You'll love it.
Okay. But then I went to Amsterdam, which you would expect would have great food, but that steakhouse was the only good food I had the entire time of the
Which was, what was it, Argentinian or something like that?
It was Brazilian.
Brazilian.
Or maybe it was Argentinian. We were looking at a couple of places. I forget which one it was.
I can't remember exactly which one we went into.
It was South American.
Yeah, it was South American. But it is funny because you're right. Like, of all the cities, I think Amsterdam should have had the best food.
Yeah. Especially the best seafood.
Well, Boston, I think, would rival it, right?
Well, but realize Boston seafood isn't as good as Maryland seafood. When you get into the Baltimore Harbor, the crab cakes there are unbelievable. The scallops are unbelievable. The lobster is amazing. I would still pick Baltimore, even though it's a shooting zone, over Boston.
I will say, if I had to pick a seafood destination in the U.S. on the East Coast, I'd probably pick Maine just for the lobster rolls there.
Yeah.
Because they're just fucking incredible.
I was waiting for you to say Mexico.
No.
I was waiting for you to be dumb enough to say the best seafood on the eastern seaboard of the United States was in Mexico. I was waiting for you to say something dumb like that, because this is the other thing about Amsterdam. I realized that Ryan does not listen to the lyrics of music.
What?
What does the song Roxanne say in it? By the
Roxanne,
Police.
You don't have to put on. Oh, that's right. You
don't have to put on your red light. You did not realize
it was about Amsterdam. I had no idea.
No, it was actually about the red light district in Paris, but it's still about the red light district. It's about somebody who fell in love with a prostitute.
Yeah, I had no idea. I had no concept of it. Like, all my childhood just shattered.
See, this is the thing. I go places with this moron and have to educate him on exactly what's going on there. I still do my stupid stuff there. I still was dumb enough to order delivery on a bike from McDonald's rather than just taking the fucking Uber over there and getting the food myself, which would have been the smart thing.
What was interesting is my very last night there, I met up with a former colleague that and I went near-ish where you were staying to one of the islands on the north side that it's attached by land bridges and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I had remarkable Indonesian food. Oh my God, it was good. Holy shit. More.
See, I didn't really have the opportunity to go out and explore the food really well because we did go to that one restaurant over by the canal with the other coworker. Monday that I got there.
Right.
And that lunch was decent.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay,
the chicken was awesome.
Yeah, we had different dishes, but with the same chicken on it. And the chicken was just awesome. But I can't say I ate something that was traditionally Dutch.
Well, because would you have eaten like like you would have had a stroopwafel? You would have done that, right?
I don't even know what that is.
Waffle, caramel in the middle.
See, I've had those on a plane before. I've never actually.
Yeah, those are Dutch.
Yeah, okay.
And
I had the Dutch pancakes at the breakfast.
Yeah, those are good.
But all they are is a fat silver dollar pancake. That's all
I think the thing is, though, is like Dutch cuisine is actually not that great. Like the best thing out of it, aside from stroopwafels, in my opinion, is probably stamppot, and that's just okay.
But that's like saying that, there's where in the northern part of Europe are you going to get good food? Because if you go to the UK, if you go to the UK, they're feeding you duck vagina and otter penis and mixing it up with corn and saying, "Here, eat this."
Careful, if you talk about otter penis to gay people, it means something very different.
Okay. I need to know, what does otter penis reference to the gay community?
So, well, penis is penis, right? But otter is a descriptor for a type of young, nubile, lightly haired gay man who's fit.
You mean they don't take everything off down there?
Correct. It's a kink, if you will. Okay. Kind of like you know what a bear is, right?
Yes.
And you know what a twink is.
Yes.
So this would be in between that, but leaning more twink.
Oh, I am going to have nightmares tonight, knowing the fact that I now know all of this.
Well, you just talked about eating beaver penis, or otter penis, or whatever.
Beaver penis. Don't you know that beaver penis is incredibly small? You'd have to slaughter like 30 beavers to get a decent portion of beaver penis. I'm totally kidding. I have no idea.
Why do you know that?
Just the look on your face drove me to continue doing that because you're like, wow, I'm learning something.
It's like, do I need this information in my life? I don't think so, but I'm getting some information.
So we're still going to do the titling thing where we have 3 words with the same beginning to them. If you followed us along, that's been the thing we've done almost since the inception of Repressed Humor Issues. But it's too bad that beaver penis is BP instead of us having a PP there. Because, we're already to the point that it's PP.
I mean, you could just say bushy beaver boner, and that's fine.
Bushy beaver boner. There we go. There is the title for this episode.
Let me write this down. You're
writing this down. Yeah. Yes. Somebody's going to forget this later. And somebody's going to have to go onto AI, who is not me, and type in, make me a cover art for Repressed Humor Issues with the theme bushy beaver boner.
It is. I think my favorite thing is to give it nothing except for the title sometimes. Just say, create an image of, and then type the 3 words and just let it go and see what happens. That has yielded some of our covers.
I just made it worse in my head, and I have to share. Broken beaver boner.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, the only other word that came to my head immediately was like Baroque. But
bespoke Oh, so this is totally a tangent. I realize I'm going off on a tangent, but we have been looking at refrigerators because the refrigerator that's in our house is a counter depth refrigerator.
Yeah, I'm
It's a
waiting for how this ties to a beaver boner, but go
it's
ahead.
it's a Frigidaire. It's not great. It has its problems. It
Yep.
still works fine, but we want to get rid of it.
But the ice maker is going to fail on you.
Samsung makes what they call a bespoke refrigerator. That the one that we want to get is it's 4 doors. There's two
Oh, the
freezer
quad panel.
doors,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
quad panel one. But here's the thing. Samsung is learning their lesson, but they're learning it the hard way. The people that bought this over the last year, about 3 months ago, Samsung decided, hey, we have this touch panel screen in the
Ah,
refrigerator
those are
and we
fucking
have
worthless.
control over it. We're going to start showing people ads on this. And there's no way to turn off the ads.
No way.
So when I was first looking at it, it was on sale. We were very close to buying it. And then I read that and it's like, oh, no. Because the last thing I want to do is walk up to this thing, have a sensor notice that I'm there, suddenly turn it on, and I'm looking at ads for maxi pads. Or, like it's a hemorrhoid commercial or something like that while I'm about to go get something to eat.
I mean, God, that'd be interesting. Which I would still hate this, but if it tied to like some of your searches on like Amazon or something like that and
Oh,
surface things that you were hunting for already, which would
could
also be
you
terrible.
Could you imagine if, you were cheating on your spouse and it caught some of the
Like
ads and all of a sudden
lingerie or something like
there's
that.
back page ads coming up for call girls or stuff like that?
Oh my God, if it just went through like your incognito mode search history and like
Yes.
surfaced all that as
Yes.
things to buy.
Yes. So, yeah, you find out quickly if somebody was looking for certain ointments or stuff like that.
Oh, oh,
Dear, do you have a rash?
oh. If it talked to you as well,
Oh, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about me finding out that my wife had a rash because the refrigerator was sending me ointment commercials.
wait, was it a Family Guy episode that they were rushing home to talk to the refrigerator? No, 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 no. That was a Modern Family.
Okay. Anyways, Samsung has learned their lesson and has a setting to be able to turn that off now, thank God. So we're considering the refrigerator again. But could you imagine your child goes to get a glass of milk? Okay, and all of a sudden it's showing them a Wegovy commercial or a Valtrex commercial or you know,
Cialis or some shit.
you know, do you still have chlamydia?
Oh my
Here's
gosh.
Can you imagine, you have a 6-year-old or something like that that comes up to you and says, Mommy, the refrigerator just told me about chlamydia. And you have to go and explain why that showed up on your refrigerator.
Well, I mean, really, you have to think like, what's next for refrigerator things? I mean, the goal is to have it refrigerate and freeze your shit, but they're just going to
Oh,
incorporate AI into it
it's
next.
already there. That bespoke AI Samsung refrigerator will take pictures of what's in your refrigerator. And as it changes, it will suggest things for your shopping list. And it will, if you tell it to, it will produce recipes based off of what's in your refrigerator using AI.
So it was kind of, I used to go to CES for a different job, and which is a really cool conference, to be honest. Like you get to see some wickedly awesome stuff. And I remember walking
Cuckold
into,
estranged spouses? No, okay, never mind.
I walked into the Whirlpool display, which they have everything that you can think of on display there, but it's all their next gen tech that they're playing with that's not out to the market yet. And one
Okay.
of them was this really cool refrigerator that, and you get to try it as you take a thing of milk out. It
Yep.
would actually measure how much milk was in it based on the weight that you put it back in. And it would scan the barcode and add it to a shopping list that tied to your phone, iPhone or Android, and create a shopping list as a reminder. based on your consumption rate and tell you when you would expect to almost run out, like right before you would, to prompt you. And they were tying it to Instacart to do automated delivery if you opted in for that, where you could just have things automatically delivered.
So I worked in appliance sales, God, it's close to 20 years ago now. And the predecessor to that was very similar to that. You checked in the item when you went to go put it on the shelf. And
like
then
you scanned it or something?
You scanned it in, and then you'd scan it out. You know, it wasn't difficult to be able to do the scanning activity. And it would start creating a shopping list based off of your usage.
Yeah.
And back then, everybody thought, no, this is way too invasive. This is too much work. I don't want to do this. Imagine it now giving you Wegovy commercials while you do that. Hey, fat fuck, put that chocolate milk back in the refrigerator.
I mean, but you know, I was thinking about it even in today, like where a lot more of that is accepted. Would I even allow that? Like, I still think I like going to the physical grocery store and being able to choose what I want when I want it, even if it's the same thing over and over and again.
So, in our household, we have most of our groceries delivered. It's just we prefer that. But meat, fruit, and vegetables, I hate having those delivered because there's no incentive for them to pick the best of the best.
No, they're just grabbing shit and going.
It's all about speed. And realize when they're doing when you have pickers going and shopping for your food through these services, they're not going to your local store. They have grocery stores that are blacked out that nobody can go into, that they're doing the shopping there, which means that if nobody has ordered a kiwi in 6 weeks, so they've never refilled the kiwi.
You're getting that one that's barely hanging on.
Yeah, you're getting the pink kiwi. I mean, you're getting the beaver boner kiwi.
Who doesn't like a little beaver boner kiwi?
You have to stop saying that with such delight in your voice. Because I realized where you were going with that. Oh, no, keep the fucking tongue in your mouth.
But you talked about beaver boner kiwis.
I don't care. That's not an excuse for you to lick your lips at me.
Pink pussy platypus?
Are we already coming up with future episode things here?
I think we need to get away from genitalia at some juncture.
I mean, so we've talked about this for 3 seasons now, but this has been a slow descent towards everything is going to be about genitalia at some point. That's just what it is.
Genitalia.
I mean, we can't go lower than genitalia. We've already tried.
Was that a location of the body joke?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, that was funny.
Try to make it into a location of the body joke.
You already did. We can't go lower than genitalia. So
that's more a slogan. You know, that should be the LGBTQIA slogan. We can't go lower than genitalia.
That's not true. Gay people love foot shit. And that,
oh God, no! Why feet?
I don't know. It is not my MO. Like, I'll sell my feet pics online if it makes me a couple $100K a year. Fine.
We're still trying to get your pussy onto a song. Remember? And if you don't know what a bussy is, please go look it up. Okay. Also, go look up how.
No, don't.
What the other thing you need to go look up is that the Waffle House is going to start offering they're going in conjunction with the Smurfs. They're going to start making up a blue waffle. Just go look up blue waffle.
This is the longest burn ever. You're ridiculous.
I mean, I can't just say go look up blue waffle because people will not do that because they know better than that by this point. I have to put it into a story that makes it make sense for them to go look up. So the tragedy of what they have just witnessed is all that more funny to me because they have some buildup that they're going to be looking, hey, wow, the Waffle House is in conjunction with the Smurfs to make blue waffles? That's amazing. and they'll have their kids gathered around and say, "Hey, kids, come look at the Smurf waffle," and they're not going to see a Smurf waffle.
Speaking of cum, we've been edging this beaver for a long time. How about we get out of the show?
Oh, that was both the scariest and most appropriate segue we've ever had towards closing this fucking show. Just here, I have to clap at that. It's a golf clap, but I have to clap.
I'll take it. That's kind of like getting a Paul Hollywood handshake in the Great British Baking Show. So I take it as a compliment.
Okay, well, it felt more like a low five, just so you're aware.
I'll take it. It's fine. It's skin on skin.
Anyways, Ryan, get us out of this shit.
Yeah, well, I want to welcome everyone back to season 4. I really didn't know if we would be here, to be honest. Not like a physical thing, but like if we would have actually made it to season 4. So it's kind of a cool moment, in my opinion, that we've come this far and we have this many episodes under our belt. And
so are you talking based off of what happened in season 1, you're surprised we made it here?
Yes.
Okay. I'm wondering where you felt the despair in the show, because really it started happening in season 1 and it's only got worse since then. I don't have friends of mine coming up to me and telling me, talk more about knee wetting, please.
Or puking starfish boy. I haven't had that come up again. No.
You haven't had puking starfish boy come up again? Yeah, you went there.
Okay. Anyway, so I think it would be interesting. So not that anyone ever emails anything in, especially my mother.
Please, Ryan's mother, email me. I'm still waiting.
But I think I would love to hear any crazy Amsterdam stories that someone else has. Like, send them in. repressedhumorissues@gmail.com.
And if it has to do with twerking 50-year-old prostitutes, you're not saying anything new.
Fair. And if it's a weed story, we've all heard it.
Yeah.
It's Amsterdam. So really dig deep here. We need the content.
I will take anybody's weird travel story, something that happened that was so ridiculous wherever it went that it could not possibly be replicated.
And we'll take photographic proof in the email as well. But
I will give you an example. I realize we're trying to end this, but I've got to get this in. We were in New Jersey about, it's probably 9 or 10 years ago for an implementation we were doing of a piece of software. And we had somebody from another country with us that didn't know a lot of the words they say in New Jersey. He had obviously brushed up by watching Jersey Shore. And we are in a cheesecake factory. And at some point, he had heard the word Guido.
Oh, no.
We did not teach him this. There was an Asian waitress that walked behind me that he leans over and says, "Is that a Guido?"
No.
I'm both horrified and trying to figure out how I'm going to respond to this. Okay. The other guy that was with us had left for the bathroom before this happened. So
you're just flying solo with this guy.
I am flying solo. This is the most straight-laced Swede you have ever met. I will tell you his name later when we're not recording. It was one of the most horrifying moments of my life.
I know.
But one of the funniest at the exact same time, because there was no good way to answer the question that he just asked. But there were several ways with the people around us to get beaten up based off of the question that he just asked.
God. And I know who this is, and they're very white.
Yes, they're nearly transparent.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Travel stories. That's the stuff that we want.
Yes.
Stuff that you just can't replicate unless you're traveling somewhere.
Yeah. Email it in repressedhumorissues@gmail.com. But I am glad that we are back. This is good. I think you're going to see or hear in both even more ridiculousness. I mean, there's some of the things that we have to remember that we talked about doing first to
Which
bring
I
it
remember
forward.
none of.
Yeah, but
That
we had great ideas. We were jet lagged.
I was jet lagged like crazy.
Oh yeah, you and I were both struggling that day, but we had good ideas, I think.
Yeah.
But either way, really excited to kick off season 4 and expect some fireworks. But again, for those that have never listened, thank you for coming on the show physically.
We're sorry.
Or literally. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dan.
And can we do a moment of Zen?
Yes, fish eaters, the days of troublesome scaling, cutting, and gutting are over, because Super Bassomatic 76 is the tool that lets you use the whole bass with no fish waste without scaling, cutting, or gutting. Here's how it works. Catch a bass, remove the hook, and drop the bass. That's the whole bass into the Super Bassomatic 76. Now adjust the control dial so that bass is blended just the way you like it.
I've never drank Celsius.
It's so high caffeine. Well, not high. It's like 200 milligrams, I think, per can or something like that, or per serving size. And there is, it's per can, yeah. Do not exceed 2 servings per day is a warning on here. But yeah, I don't recommend it. I mean, I do, but I don't, because it has like taurine and green coffee extract.
Taurine is the stuff in Red Bull, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But there's no juice in here. So what is this shit? Hold on. Natural flavor.
You got tricked on the juice?
Well, it depends on what kind of juice we're talking about. I don't know why I turned Australian there.
I don't know why you went so metal, man.
But mine goes to 11. I tried incorporating that into a meeting yesterday, I think. And I was just like, no, this is going to go off like a lead balloon. No one's going to get it except for you. And that's great. But I want more people to laugh at this stupid bullshit. But it was fine. I let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, and suddenly it's a musical.
Yeah, it's always a little bit of a musical, isn't it?
Unfortunately.